Hello, Easy World friends. Julia Rogers Hamrick coming to you on New Year's Eve with the first entry of my new video blog. That's one of my intentions for 2012 is to do more videos, and it finally occurred to me that I don't have to do a professional production, which I wasn't doing a very good job at anyway, because that was just keeping me from getting the message out, keeping me from, interacting with you in a meaningful way, and I really want to do these videos. So I'm getting a head start on 2012's intention, which brings me to a couple of things. One is, I do the love letters from Easy World, which are messages that, for lack of a better word, I channel from spirit, from your spirit, really from my spirit. I think there only is one, but anyway, our own personal interface with the Great Spirit. I call my spirit your spirit. And one thing that I got strongly as I was doing that communication the last week is that it's a wonderful thing to set goals and state intentions and make, resolutions. There's just sort of a built-in failure with that word for most of us, so maybe that's not the greatest word to use. But anyway, to set our intentions, but to leave room for spirit to move in the moment. Because if you get so caught up in your goals and your intentions and what it is that you have decided that you're going to do, that you're supposed to do, sometimes you don't leave room for heaven to move. You've got to be always available to move with spirit in the moment, because things are ever changing, and you can make a decision one day, and the next day that decision may not anymore really coordinate with what it is that's going to bring you the greatest amount of joy, the greatest amount of fulfillment, or provide the greatest amount of service. So as we make our intentions and goals for 2012, let's make our first intention to align with our spirit, because everything flows from that. When you align with your spirit, what you're doing is you're coordinating with the divine design for harmony, which your spirit is completely apprised of at all times, at any given nanosecond, and knows exactly what it is that you can do to more thoroughly coordinate with it for a greater experience of joy and fulfillment. So that is my first thing I want to talk about, is just to if you make your first intention to align with your spirit and to stay relaxed. Relaxation is a ticket to Easy World, which is undergirded by the divine design for harmony. So making your intention to align with your spirit and to relax enough to be able to move at any given moment in whatever new direction your spirit has prompted you to move is going to be how you will align with the greatest possibilities for having the kind of life that you really want. Because, face it, we know what we want, or we kind of know what experience we want, and then our ego jumps in there and tries to tell us what actions are going to create that for us. But your ego is never the smartest part of you. Not at all. Your spirit is the smartest part of you. So being able to stay coordinated with your spirit is number one priority. So when that's your first intention and goal, everything else will flow into place from there. The next thing I want to talk to you about is, have you noticed that things are speeding up as far as you having a thought about something and then seeing it just manifest. Well, I found out that it's probably important to be a little bit careful with what you're thinking about and dwelling on and giving energy to. I have been thinking a lot lately about deer and car accidents. And tonight, as Rick and I were on our way home from a lovely party, was just a wonderful time, feeling really good and happy. Didn't drink too much, maybe ate a little too much sugar. I'm trying not to eat sugar, but holidays and fabulous stuff at a party, I did. But anyway, other than that, feeling really great, coming home from the party, and as we're driving along, Rick's driving, we're in our Honda Odyssey, and I see a deer on my side running, just charging toward the highway, charging toward the car. And I said something about it to Rick, but he didn't see it right away. He didn't see it till right as it got to the car. And I think if I had been driving and spotted it, what I would have done is just stomped on the gas to go faster. But fortunately, we were just enough ahead of him that he slammed into the front, I don't know if you'd call it the front quarter panel, but the door and the front fender, is that what I'm trying to say, of the car, and glanced off, and hopefully, I don't know, I pray that he was either killed instantly or didn't suffer. Maybe he's tougher than than you'd think. But it was a pretty loud smack and a bang, but fortunately didn't affect the operation of the car, but we got some dents. But I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if that was just a premonition or if I created that. But what I do know is lately I'm having a lot of experiences of thinking of something and then having it show up, within hours. And so that's why it's probably wise to think about stuff you like and that you want to happen, and not stuff that you don't want to happen. And one thing that I've been doing lately that's really been kind of helping me take charge of that is because the DWD, the Difficult World Dictator / ego, loves to come up with mental movies about things that you don't want to happen. And so when that happens to me now, what I do is say, oh, thank you. I'm so happy that I got to experience that in my imagination so I don't have to experience it in real life. And then I usually make some kind of action like this and just, it's gone. Just cut it off, it's gone. So I wish I'd done that with the deer thought. But anyway, praying for the deer, and just so darn grateful that things worked out the way they did, because it so could have been a lot worse. Anyway, that's not a very happy, uplifting story to end with. So let me just say that I'm really expecting 2012 to be amazing for all of us, because I really think we're moving into a time when our frontal lobes of our brain are being sort of amplified and empowered by the cosmic conditions, and the reptilian brain, the primitive brain where the ego hangs out, really I say the reptilian brain is the puppet master for the ego. I think that cosmically speaking, it's being decommissioned bit by bit, that its power is being lessened. So hallelujah, huh? It should be a whole lot more fun to live with the more evolved parts of our brain, the parts of the brain that deal with love and spirituality and our connection with Source, for that to be more strengthened and to be more predominant in our lives than the reptilian brain-driven ego. I'm thrilled, so I hope you are too. Anyway, happy Happy New Year, and I hope that you'll see me many more times with my new video blog. So, love to all.